Alright, what is up my friends? Welcome to the Monday video here on CoolStuffInc.com. I got a really cool one today. This is a Jim Davis original, and this is a historic deck. I actually brewed this deck up on a charity stream I did a few weeks ago, where people were donating money and giving me deck ideas. Someone said, build a deck around Brilliant Restoration. And that deck wasn't very good at the time when I built it, but the idea was there, and it seemed really cool, so I kept working on it. Working on this deck for a few weeks now. This is an enchantment historic deck based around Brilliant Restoration, which is a 7-mana sorcery. Return all artifact and enchantment cards from your graveyard to the battlefield. So, very powerful effect. Of course, Replenish, is a card that was in Urza's Legacy, I think, and it was very powerful. This is the more fairly costed version of it, but extremely powerful. So, we want to play enchantments that go to the graveyard naturally, because trying to use a card like Faithless Looting and kind of trying to fill up the graveyard with enchantments and bring them all back is very one-dimensional, very vulnerable to graveyard hate and interaction, whereas this deck is built more as an Abzan enchantment deck that happens to play Restoration, where Restoration is good. So, for enchantments that go to the graveyard naturally, we've got Sagas, and Sagas work perfectly here. They, Binding the Old Gods and Conqueror's Death, and even Elspeth Nightmare all kill things, give you extra effects, and then just go to the graveyard naturally to be recurred by the Brilliant Restoration. Birth of Meletis, same idea. Then we have some new ones here. Don't necessarily go to the graveyard immediately, but become creatures you kind of have to kill in Restoration and Teachings of the Kirin. Restoration helps ramp you up. You can put more cards in the graveyard. And then Teachings is actually just an awesome card. This is basically a 2/2 for 2 that helps fill your graveyard and then makes a 1/1 that has an extra ability, which is awesome for 2 mana. Super cool. So those are our Sagas. And then a bit of an Enchantress theme here with Sythis Harvest Hand and Enchantress' presence both drawing cards whenever you play an enchantment, which is cool. We got Naturalist here to reduce the costs. And most importantly, we have Shigeki, which ends up being one of the most powerful cards in the deck. 2 mana for a 1/3. And it can block early. Pay 2 mana, you can bounce it, look at the top 4, put them all in your graveyard, but put a land and put the land into play. So it ramps you and fills the graveyard, which plays perfectly Restoration, and can also be used to channel to return Restoration or return a whole bunch of cards in the mid to late game, which is powerful as well. So, Explore for a little extra speed, Oathkai for a little extra removal as well as life gain, and then of course Yorion. This is the perfect Yorion deck. Yorion plays phenomenally with your Sagas, allowing you to reuse them, as well as playing well with Oathkai and basically everything else in the deck, and playing 80 cards is not difficult here. So, Yorion is phenomenal, and 4 Explorers for a little extra speed. Helps put those planes into play. You get off of your Birth and your Restoration, and pseudo ramp you up to Brilliant Restoration, although not necessarily trying to cast Restoration on turn 7. This is more of our big home run play in our already solid mid-range deck. A lot of lands here, most tap for white for Restoration. Of course, Triome is great. Forest for Binding the Old Gods, so on and so forth, and planes for our effects like that. Sideboard's got 4 Leylines for graveyard decks, 4 Thoughtseize for combo and control decks, a couple Authorities, and a couple of Circle of Confinements for the creature aggro decks, and some Destiny Spinners for the counterspell decks. So, deck is super cool. It's a blast to play. An absolute blast. So, let's jump right into the games. But first, we work for our sponsor at CoolStuffInc.com.
Cool Stuff Inc. is proud to sponsor Jim Davis. We offer great deals on card games, tabletop RPGs, board games, and more. Get a free token featuring Jim Davis and take 5% off your next order if you use the code JIM5 at checkout. CoolStuffInc.com. Cool stuff in stock.
All right, round 1. Let's rock and roll. On the play. Love to see it. Hands fine. It's fine. Not great, but fine. Little Deathcap Glade. Can't actually cast Binding yet with 2 planes, but we got Oathkai, we got Birth of Meletis. If they're playing aggro, we can definitely stem the bleeding a bit. And yeah, plenty of time to draw cards against control decks, so pretty good there. Opponents looks like they mulliganed once so far. I want to remind you of course, this is a companion article to this video, as always, on CoolStuffInc.com. Check out that. I do a video article Monday and a written article Friday. And of course, CoolStuffInc.com is your best spot for all your card game needs and board game needs and gaming needs in general. Promo code JIM10, JIM5, 5% off your order. CoolStuffInc.com. Let's battle here. Deathcap Glade. So you've got an Abzan Triome. Sure. So we're going to lead on Explore here. Just have a little more mana available. Cool. We can play our Temple Garden here and say go. The Birth effects play well with the Explorers. Explorer obviously wants you to have enough lands in your hand. And the Births and the Restorations help do that with the planes. Bunch of removal here. And also, the more mana we get, the better Yorion is. Chevelle, Bane of Monsters. So, pretty awesome for us because we get to jam Nightmare here and actually kill something. We could wait a turn. We could, actually a lot of options here. We could Binding. There are other things that kill Chevelle. Like, playing Binding here is a little better as far as ramping goes. And Chevelle, and the Nightmare's a little bit off curve. I guess we could wait a turn here, maybe. Playing Presence first is pretty powerful. And Chevelle actually isn't doing much with no creatures in play yet. Yeah, we're going to Presence first, I guess. Play Presence and say go. Then next turn we can go Birth, get a land, play Nightmare, and kill with Chevelle. If Nightmare gets to kill a creature and discard a card from them, it is unbelievably powerful. It can be awkward because it isn't always a thing to kill, but they're going to Agonizing Remorse me. Cool. So, discard spell, but the Presence is now in play safely, and all of our cards kill Chevelle, and all of our cards are pretty good anyway, so looking pretty good here. Either way, next turn we have Birth plus Oath or Birth plus Nightmare and drawing multiple cards off Presence. We're not playing 4 Presence because it is a little clunky, and the deck's already pretty good at drawing cards, so it's only 4 Sythis and 3 Presence, but it is a very, very, very powerful effect to have on turn 3. And looking at the hand here and seeing that most cards are good for us, we can take the Binding, sure. And I think I don't want to say we've already won this game, but we are now in phenomenal shape. We are now in phenomenal shape with Presence. We're drawing at least 2 cards off Presence, heading a good Saga, and playing a Nightmare as well. So draw some cards, get a Plains. Just gonna play the Plains out of our hand. Play Nightmare, draw a card, kill the Chevelle, and now we have a Duress coming up too. So looking pretty good here. Looking pretty good. So shock in and play Vraska Golgari. So this is going to kill our Enchantress Presence, but realistically, we've already drawn 2 cards off of it, which is more than worth it. More than worth it. As a Naturalist, okay, so we'll Duress them. Make it 0-4. Their hand is Fatal Push, land. Easy game. So play Naturalist. Play Oath of Gaia. I'm going to kill this Vraska. And we're going to play a land and cycle with Scatter Groves. Keep the cards coming here. Closing in on getting Yorion going as well. And again, this deck is just really good at making a lot of mana and putting a lot of permanents in play, which makes Yorion just absolutely phenomenal. Mythos of Nethroi. Going to kill my Naturalist. Sure. That's pretty great for us. Alright, so they got nothing left. We're going to cycle. Untap and draw a Birth. Sure. So we're going to gain 2 life, exile their graveyard, and they got nothing. This isn't the best Yorion of all time as far as value, but it's still pretty good. It's just a 4/5 flyer as well. Since their Fatal Push deck. It costs 5, so pull out a Plains, play the Plains, play the Yorion. I didn't put Yorion in my hand yet. Never mind, sorry. I lied. I should have put Stabland there. I thought I put Yorion in my hand last turn. I don't know why I thought that. Misstep. Whatever. No big deal. Sure. Yeah, they have actual nothing. So the Presence there drew a few extra cards. Almost all of our cards for 2-for-1s, and that was the game. So going into game number 2 here, I mean, we haven't even shown them Restoration yet. Because Graveyard Hate is good against Restoration, but it's not like the end of the world against the rest of our deck. We can definitely win them without the Graveyard for sure. I would say our Nightmares maybe are a little unnecessary. Exiling their Graveyard is kind of cool. Duressing them is kind of cool. Birth of Meletis, I think it's all fine. I don't know about Thoughtseize against them. Nor do I want Circle, Leyline, or Authority. So, turn right back. Turn right back just as it is. Alright, so game 2. Chevelle, we do have creatures obviously, but not super great against us on the draw. They don't have any Thoughtseizes or anything in that game either, so it's kind of an easy game. So I imagine they'll put up a little more resistance here in game number 2. Imagine they're going first. Yep, okay. Hand's good. Hand's great. We got Explore, Restoration, Binding. All looks pretty good. Play our own Triome. And they're going to... Nothing again, sure. So, just going to explore into a tap land here. So, all feels pretty good. Another Explore. Cool. we're really doing the thing now. Next turn we can go explore into Restoration, which is great. Can also binding if they play something that we need to kill, but couple pathways, a graveyard trespasser, which is actually pretty annoying against us. I'm not gonna lie. I think we're just gonna kill this. Of course, exiling our graveyard is not ideal for us, so we're just gonna kill this. I think we're just gonna jump the explore. It's just a land. This thing gets a land next turn. Just really need the ramp. So target this. We get rid of a land. Next turn we can go Restoration Explore, put the land into play. It's pretty good. Sure, I'll get rid of land. Let's get rid of plains. Kill this. Binding will also find a land too, so good card. Good card. Alright, it goes to Night. We get ourselves another Triome. And we are going to Restoration. I said we're going to a Restoration. Get a plains. And we're going to play plains, play explore. And put in the Overgrown Tomb tapped. So, back to day. A lot of spells, Not much of a graveyard right now for Restoration, even though we can cast it, but we're working our way there. We're going to Mythos, killing my Restoration. Great, so 2 for 1. We got a plains, they spend a card to kill it, that's awesome. Got a bunch of mana now. Seraph Realm Eater. Okay, that is pretty annoying, because the way that worked out, our Saga died before we could Oath of Kai of it, which is pretty good. So now we can't kill it. Interesting. I think we're gonna just play Naturalist and put Yorion into our hand. We could Restoration here. It's a very small Restoration, but it's still pretty good. I run the risk of like them like playing a Scavenging Ooze, some sort of like graveyard hate card anyway. Or we could try and milk it for a little more value. Yeah, we're going to milk a little bit, I think, here. Let's play this in our hand. It also runs afoul of Thoughtseize, but I'm just going to do this and say go. So they can exile their counters to exile all my non-land permanents, which is pretty good, but can't do anything just yet. Attack. No blocks. Down to 16. Sorin the Mirthless.
I take no joy.
Making a vampire. We draw Sythis. Okay.
I bring my
Well, now we're just going to Sythis and start drawing some cards, I think. So, play Sythis. Play Oath of Kai. Draw Shigeki. Oh my. Alright, so we're going to kill this Sorin the Mirthless.
let this be over.
Play Shigeki, draw another card. I think we're playing Shigeki, just draw another card, honestly. And then now our oh, this exile was wait. No, that's 2. This exile the things. This is fine though, I think. So we play this, draw. We kill the flyer. They can use the Seraph and exile my board next turn, but then I just have a really good Restoration for like 4 cards and kill the Seraph, which is good, I think. So I think it's worth it. They draw exactly Thoughtseize here. We get punished pretty hard, but I think we're good. We're good otherwise. Kaya the Inexorable. That's pretty good, I guess. Alright, well, that means Seraph's gonna live, but whatever, we're just doing it, so. Restoration. And we're going to kill the Seraph, binding the Kaya, get a plains, gain some life, This is going to die and come back, which is kind of annoying, obviously, but we play a land. Just pass turn with a bajillion mana up and a Yorion in hand. Card's good against us, obviously. Seraph. Definitely good against us. Graveyard, man, they have a lot of good cards against us. Trespasser, of course, hurts our graveyard. Although at this point now you've already cast Restoration, so whatever. Attack for 1. Draw Sythis. Alright, so we're going to discard Sythis, put it into play. We're going to search for a forest. Then we're going to make sure my things stack right. So we're going to go to gameplay, auto turn off durabilities. Because we're going to cast Yorion and try and get the planes first, and then binding to kill this. So play Yorion. And we're going to flicker. We're going to Assassin's Trophy in response. Sure. That dies. We do love lands. We do love lands. So now I've got Shigeki and 1,000 things going on. So we're going to flicker the Oath, the Binding, and the Restoration. As well as the Sythis. And now I guess we're going to like just bounce this and replay it too, right? So let's get an Overgrown Tomb. There's tapped. Mill some things. Recast it. And we're going to say go. We're going to end our turn. We're going to stack it so the Restoration happens first. Perfect. Oath of Kaya will kill this. Binding will target this. Oh, nope, I screwed it up. Oh, no, it's good, it's good. So, wait, no. Oh, I guess because they all go on the stack at the same time, there's no way to get the planes first. Huh. That's interesting. That's interesting. Right, because they're all stacked at the exact same time. They all stack, then the trigger stacks. All right, sure, they got us. So, obviously discard this, whatever, it's fine. It did not work out the way I wanted it to exactly, but not a big deal. So, kill that, kill this. And once again, infinite value. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13. We have 14 mana? More than that, maybe? I don't even know. It's a lot of mana. It's a lot of mana. Have Sythis going too, which is great. You can return. Alright, so you can put this back on automatic. And we're going to discard... we get full control here. Discard this. Well, I want to cast... Never mind. Yeah, I want to cast the thing anyway. So I'm just going to get a land here. Just get a land. So I want to bounce Shigeki and actually cast it for Sythis. So... That's Binding finds Triome. Whenever a permanent in opponent controls goes to the graveyard, sure. So we're going to activate Shigeki. Look at some cards. Bin some more goodies. Recast. Do I even want to recast Shigeki at this point? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Could play this as 12. I can recur 5 things. I'll just do that. We'll just do that. So, play land, just say go. Just gonna end step, channel this for 1,000,000. Just get back Presence, Conquer's Death, Binding, Oath of Kaya. Actually, Oath is legendary. I can't get that one back. Can't get back legendary permanents. Still 1, 2, 3, 4. Explore land. Sure. Still pretty good. Still pretty good. Very good example of what the deck is capable of. You know, we cast 1 good Restoration in this game, but it's not really necessary, you know. So this is for 5, I believe. Targeting Presence, Conquer's Death, Binding, Explore, and just the land. Just 5. Just 5. No big deal. No big deal. Alright. Gotta get... Well, there's the restoration, of course, but... Oh, that's enough for them. That's enough for them. Okay. Okay, cool. Okay, cool. 1-0. 1-0. They've seen enough. Alright, round 2. Let's keep us enchanting train rolling. We are on the draw. Happens. Happens. Oh boy, mulligans also happened too. A lot of cool cards, but opponent mulliganed also, thankfully, so we're going to mulligan here. Into a not very good but fine hand. This hand needs help, but we've got the tools. We don't have black yet. We don't have anything super great yet, but explore, restoration, some draws. You know, not too bad as far as 5-6 card hands on the draw go. It's a doggy. I don't have my thing open. My bad. Usually I have the nice little deck list open for you. Draw land, not ideal. Not ideal, but sure. Hollowed Fountain. Pathway. Okay. Settle in, folks. Might be a long one. Play Explore. Definitely not playing Scatter Groves. We're gonna cycle that one for sure. Lotus Field. All right, so there are the Lotus Field control deck. Oh, they just continuity too. Sure. All right. So there are the Lotus Field control deck on a pretty good draw, which is not ideal. But what you gonna do? You know what you gonna do? Our mulligan has not treated us too kind here. Having drawn mostly lands, but battle on. No black yet either, but battle on. Battle on. It's not gonna. Didn't give me priority. So I wanted to cycle response, unfortunately, but I was not able to. I could not set my stop fast enough. Couldn't hit it. APM not high enough. So we'll discard this, get it back. They have 6 mana now. That is gross. That is gross. Cycle Groves, draw another Plains. All right. Pretty bad hand here. Now it's turn whatever or so. We haven't even drawn Black Source yet, let alone spells. So we're probably in big trouble here. They got their Lotus Field little mini combo off, and we'll see what we can do. We'll see what we can do, but might be in trouble here. There's Safari. Yeah, we're probably in a bit of trouble here. Need some action early against a control deck. Can't let them get set up like this. And of course, the Lotus Field on turn 3 is pretty ideal too. Draw Shigeki. Alright, so transform this. Nothing to channel for. We're just going to cast Shigeki. We get Wrath. It feels pretty bad, but again, we just can't really do much here. A little limited options. We're going to hold our Yorion. I imagine we are in pretty bad shape here. Fortunately, this is probably a bad matchup for us because the card they use to combo with Lotus Field is Stern Proctor, which turns off ETB abilities unless you pay 2. And our deck is full of ETB abilities, so this might actually be a hard matchup for us. I think a regular control deck isn't that bad. You can usually outgrind them, but... So they're going to play a Lotus Field, untap 2 Lotus Fields. I think we're dead. But still haven't found a black source yet either. They also have 14 cards in their hand or whatever, so we'll battle on for a turn or 2 here. If it looks like it's hopeless, we're going to pack it in, which is fine. Always game 2. Bounce this, find a black source. We did find a black source. And then we're going to play our Teachings of the Kirin. It's going to be very hard to beat their million mana and million cards. I think we're just going to hold Shigeki now, because I guess they have a Wrath. Next turn we have Othakaya, or Binding, and Yorion. And so we got a long way to go here, but Shark Typhoon for 4, sure. Put the counter on the archetype, which is kind of cool.
No time for a break.
They have no maximum hand size at present. Hardcast Shark Typhoon. Alright. We're just going to go to the next game. Alright, so very ideal draw from our opponent, coupled with very, very bad draw on our side, which happens. Now, again, the problem here is Stern Proctor. Stern Proctor, again, taxes all ETB abilities by 2, and almost our entire deck is ETB abilities. So, bring in 4 Thoughtseize, bring in 2 Destiny Spinners. We're going to cut all 4 Births. And we're going to cut a Restoration. It's a little hard to resolve against them. And I think we can shave. I don't want to shave Binding, honestly. Killing the Planeswalkers is pretty important. I guess we have enough ways to kill Planeswalkers, right? We can shave it over the Kaya. It kills Proctor, though. Not really, though, because it's so expensive. Alright, yeah, we'll shave it over the Kaya. We'll shave it over the Kaya. This is going to come down to them drawing Stern Proctor or not, unfortunately, I think. We don't really have a lot of good ways to kill Stern Proctor, because obviously all of our removal is ETB as well. So, could be a tough one. Could be a tough one. Alright. No Stern Proctor, please. Alright, mulligan again. Just the one lander. Mulligan into... Oh my god. His hands have been gross. We're going to keep this in the back of Shigeki. I think we're going to ditch one of these Teachings of the Kirin. And have some faith that Shigeki can get us there, honestly, as far as lands go. Alright. Alright, we drew a land. Still no black sources, but... Shigeki go. Alright. Thankfully, no Stern Proctor, which is really important for us. So, just say go. Activate Shigeki instead. Alright, they have a Lotus Field. Discontinuity, sure. So, they have Lotus Field turn 3 again, which is pretty fortunate for them. Can't really do too much about that. Draw Restoration. Yeah, I think against like most normal control decks, we're like in pretty good shape. But unfortunately, because they get this huge mana jump, they have this sort of like powerful draw against us, along with the Proctor being good against us. Is definitely a kind of a 1-2 punch. It's pretty annoying. Let's put a stop this time. See if I want to bounce this and discard it. So they're going to Heliod's Intervention. Alright. Kill all enchantment cards. Sure. You got it. Play Lotus Fields. And say go. Alright. Definitely seen more ideal scenarios for us, but we'll keep battling. Teachings. Mill 3. It's Teachings. Mill 3. Mill over. Binding. Explore land. Sure. They have a Teferi here also. Now we're so far. They have Farewell too. Alright. Alright, opponent. You know what? You got us. You got us. This is the Farewell deck too? Sure. Alright, put Yorion in our hands, say go. The Destroy All Enchantments, All Graveyard card is also very good against us. I'll keep battling though. I'll keep battling. I'll fight the good fight. Draw off Teferi. Yeah, it would be difficult for our opponent to have hands better than they've had so far. That's a pretty good draw. Alright, keep battling. Play Sythis. Play Binding. Draw a card. Dovin's Veto, sure. Still draw off it, which is good. Alright, keep battling.
No time for a break.
Discover the formula. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Alright. And rest in peace. Okay. That's pretty good, too. Gotta keep fighting. Just gotta keep fighting. We're going to cast Binding. Draw. Get Archmage's Charm, sure. Play Naturalist. Draw. Play Shigeki. Draw. We're going to... I don't necessarily want to chance an attack into a Shark Typhoon. It would be a 2-2 and then I can Nightmare it, though. Yeah, it's fine. Whatever. Attack. Sure. So, not ideal, obviously, but now you have a Nightmare target at least. So, keep on battling. Obviously, no guarantee they have it there, so. There's Restrict Proctor. So this is basically a main deck hate card for us. Proctor is used by them to make their Lotus Field trigger not work, but it also just hard counters every ability in our entire deck. So, unfortunately, this seems like a pretty bad matchup, and our opponent is drawn very, very well. So let's, I guess we'll try and make some moves here. We can Nightmare for 2. Ends up costing 4 to kill Proctor. Oh! Well, excuse me. Am I misunderstanding of the rules? Okay. So I misunderstood how Proctor interacts with Sagas. The Saga abilities is not an ETB ability. It's a Saga ability. So this does not actually tax them. Oh, that's huge. Okay, so this will still tax the Othakai ability or the like Circle of Confinement ability, but not the Sagas. That is good to know. That is good to know. The problem is they have 100,000 mana in play still, and we're still probably going to lose. But hey, you know, small victories, small victories. So, cast Conquer's Death. Jesus Christ. So, this deck is the more finicky, high variance version of Control, because in all the games they don't draw the Lotus Field combo turn 3. They have all these cards that cost 1 million in their deck, so the deck is very, very clunky. But when they have turn 3 Lotus Field, the deck is exceptionally good. So it's a good deck otherwise, but definitely much more high variance than your average Control deck. I'm just going to shoot for an attack. I should play this and shoot for an attack. They just have a casual 7 cards in hand. 4 spike. Sure. So next turn we can Yorion and flicker a couple things maybe. I don't even know. I don't know how we're getting back into this game. They have 11 mana right now, but it's a fairy. All right. Hardcast Shark Typhoon. Okay. Got a ways to go here. Another rest in peace, sure. Shigeki. Alright, so gonna to rest them. Their hand is Shark Typhoon, Proctor, and lands. Okay, I mean, there's like kind of a chance here, honestly. We're going to play Shigeki or Yorion. Yeah, play Yorion. Flicker Conquer's Death and Flicker Elspeth's Nightmare. And we're going to activate Shigeki, bounce it, put land into play, recast it. Yeah, I get it. My cards are exiled, I understand. Play this. And I would trade Naturalist for a Shark here, so this is fun. Should have attacked first, probably. Whatever. They could have seeded the Empire, but whatever. Sure. So, bring these back. Kill that. We're going to kill the Shark Typhoon. They're under the tax for Conqueror's Death next turn. I love how we're, like, actually sort of in this game. They've resolved 2 Discover the Formulas, a Heliod's Intervention, a Farewell, and a turn 3 Lotus Field. And we're, like, still sort of in the game.
Really should have seen that.
Chuck it to Fairy.
The future looks bright for one of us.
Two Rest in Peace is kind of annoying. Turns off a lot of our bigger engines, but... So it nullifies our Chapter 3s here to Fairy Time Raveler. Alright.
I am not going to sit this one.
They bounce Yorion, though. That's pretty good value, so I'm going to plus it.
No, I am
Play
not
Proctor.
as I go.
So Proctor plus Seed of the Empire could kill my Yorion, which kind of stinks. So am I willing to trade Yorion for the Castle and the Proctor? Not really, honestly. That's kind of a bad exchange. I guess, like, I don't have many options, though. They can't currently activate the Hall of Storm Giants, which is kind of cool. This thing's on 6. Really? Wow. Yeah. We're kind of out of gas here. Kind of out of gas. I'm not sure what we're even, like, drawing to, honestly. I guess, like, an Enchantress effect would be good. I'm just going to say go. Just going to pop this and then reactivate it. Or recast it, I mean. I think our best draw is some sort of Enchantress effect. Castle's annoying. So, like, draw an Enchantress effect, play, draw, and kind of go from there. Gonna bounce the Shigeki, sure. Shock in a land, okay. Does that mean the biggest shark type of all time? Thoughtseize, we're trying to find out, right? Alright, Thoughtseize, yep. Archmage's Charm, draw 2. Okay. That is a lot of Rest in Pieces and a lot of Farewell. They really don't like us. They don't like us at all. Alright. And play Shigeki and just say go. Three Rest in Peace. Wow. Haters.
Here we go.
Narset. That was a really good draw. All right, that's the game because now he can't draw Enchantress effect either. I'm gonna pack it up here. We're just dead. All right, so tough match. Doesn't seem like a great matchup, and their hands were exceptionally good in both games. So that's all right. That's all right. All right, round 3. No more farewells, please. No more farewells. Keep his hands pretty good. Farewell's a good one, obviously. Destroy all enchantments and exile all graveyards is kind of most of the things that we're doing. I have beaten multiple farewells, though. I was playing last night, actually, against a blue-white control deck, not the Lotus Field deck. And I beat 2 farewells just by grinding through and drawing cards. Pellet Collector, this is the opposite side of the coin here. A little more aggressive. Nightmare is going to be pretty good here, barring a Burning Emissary start. We're going to Shigeki. So looking at our curve here, Shigeki on 2, Nightmare on 3, activate Birth on 4. Plan those turns out. Bugbear, Lair of a Hydra, Brawler. Perfect. So we can block the Pelt Collector and then kill it with the Nightmare. Hopefully nab an Embercleave. So kill that. Again, whenever a Nightmare kills anything, it feels really, really good. It feels really, really good. Brawler's in for 4. Funny, this card's like good enough without other energy stuff. Another Collector. And just say go. Alright, so let's take a peek at the hand. Any cleaves? Damn it. Alright, well, we did get 1 cleave. Unfortunately, we didn't get 2, but that's okay. I guess it'll be alright for us. So we're going to play Birth here. We're going to tap a little bit different way than that. A little flooded, but Conqueror's Death should be pretty good here as far as mopping up goes. Play Birth. Get a Plains. Play the Plains and say go. The ability to flip the Shigeki here. So they can go land attack Embercleave, which is pretty annoying, but although this attack allows me to block the Collector. And if they don't cleave, the Collector just dies. And if they do, it's a smaller attack, which is great for us, so. Okay, so we're going to take a total of 8 damage here, which I think is totally fine for casting Conqueror's Death. And making it 0-4. So now we do take trample damage off the Embercleave, but it's much better here than here. So take 8, go to 8, untap and draw Deathcap Glade, exile their graveyard, make it 0-4. They're also out of energy now too, so we just conquer Death, hit the Embercleave. They still have their Bugbear here, which is pretty bad for us too, I suppose, but we're working as best we can here. A little light on resources, a little land heavy. So we take 4, 5. We take 5. Yeah, we're pretty close to the edge here, but probably need to draw like an Otakai or something like that to get back in this game. But we'll see. See what we can do. We are drawing a land. Sure. I mean, not very good draws today, huh? Not really. Not really. We're at 5. Man, if we had like one more spell here, I think we were fine. Because Conqueror's Death will return a 3/3 lifelinking Naturalist next turn. We just like don't have actual anything. Nightmare. Yeah, I could Shigeki back 1 card. But it would be, I suppose, like I could Shigeki back the Naturalist. So Shigeki, I can't cast it though. I don't have green. It's so annoying. 3, 1 short on that. Play this, block 2 things, go to 2. I guess it's like not the end of the world, right? So, all right. So play Shigeki, put Yorion in hand, play an Overgrown Tomb tapped, and probably just die. Unfortunately, we needed one more piece here, just anything. Binding, Otakai, just anything. I think we might have been alright this game, but... So attack, make a token, we block here, take 3. We have to block here, we die, right? So... Feels bad, man, but sure. Down to 2. Draw Shigeki. And return the Naturalist as a 3/3 lifelinker. And, unfortunately, just not much else to do. I suppose we can recur Nightmare, but there's not much to actually kill. Recur Nightmare, cast it. We can just play Yorion and Shigeki also, which I guess is fine. I play Shigeki. I was like, nothing recur actually helps us. Like, Birth and Nightmare don't really do much. Presence is kind of cool, but it's too slow. Play this. Play Yorion. Flicker nothing, so you go. We do have a lifelinker, so they have nothing here. Like maybe we can stabilize, but just a few too many lands. Oh wow! I guess their hand was also all lands. What the hell was that? All right, we'll play one more. I'll play one more, because that was, yeah, sure, whatever, I guess. One more match. I'm not sure what that was all about, but maybe you gotta Gotta go to work or something. I don't know. What do you want from me? Alright, so... we're going to keep. We need to draw a third land. We have a card draw. Naturalist is pretty sweet. Sythis is really, really good. Just a really good card. Alright, Triome, go. They're playing Luris. Oh, so they're playing Auras, most likely. This is going to be 2 shifts passing in the night. Unfortunately, we have no kill spells yet, which is going to be a problem. But our hand is not bad. So, yeah, being on the play here is pretty clutch. We draw a non-removal spell. Alright. Yeah. Play Naturalist, draw Presence. Yeah, this might be a little tough. Binding, Oath. I suppose Conqueror's Death's not very good against the Luris deck, but I think we might be in some doo-doo here. Yeah, really need to draw our removal spell. Obsession, too. Yikes. Do love me some Auras decks, I'm not gonna lie, but they probably have a Karametra's Blessing here also. Gross. Nope, Savior. Alright, so that's also turns off a lot of our outs too. Alright, let's just draw some cards and try and make it happen, I guess. I don't know, I'm not sure what it's gonna take here, but draw Teachings of the Kirin. Alright, let's play. I guess just Restoration. Draw. Again, I don't know if we can beat this. Seed of the Empire, Explore. Get us the basic planes. And I think that's mostly it. This is going to be really big next turn. And we just don't have a way to remove it at present. Okay, that's not the worst. Them gaining life isn't too bad, and it's not the fastest clock either, but... Call the police. Yeah, Othakaya. That's a start, I guess. So let's discard. I guess a land. We kind of want to like keep drawing land. We have 2 draw. Yeah, let's draw more lands. So discard the plains. Put it on the battlefield. We'll start with Othakai killing the Savior. That's probably the first step in the puzzle. Although we're probably just dead next turn because they can just kill us regardless. But got to start somewhere, I guess. Draw. Target here. They sacrifice. We don't gain any life, but we got to get rid of the Savior. All right. Then we go. Now I want to play Land Explore. Land. No. We're just like a little behind here too. We can go like Naturalist, Land, Restoration. But I still think we're just dead next turn to this thing because we just can't kill it at the moment, and we can't gain enough life to survive. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we're just dead, but we'll try and play things out here. So, yeah, I'll play Naturalist, gain some life, draw some cards. Another Othakaya. Overgrown Tomb. Alright. Play land. Play 1 mana Restoration. It's pretty good, but There's no way they can't deal enough damage next turn. They got Spell Pierce, sure. Draw. Draw. Alright, there's no way they can't deal with 15 damage next turn, so, like, we're probably just out of outs. Spell Pierce obviously also very good against us. We're going to discard an Explore and a Teachings. Yeah, just like 2 auras kills us here. Actually, I guess it's 3, right? Each aura is +3 about. Saram, okay. Sentinel's Eyes, okay. So that's 11, or 12, I mean. Oh, 2 auras kills us. No. Yeah, 2 auras kills us. And a Savior. Oh, man. So gross. Alright. Once again, we can't beat Savior plus Spirit Dancer in 1 turn. So, I think that's it. Their draw was a little too good for us. Return this. Yeah, I mean, like, we can, just can't stop this. Can't Yorion. Just don't think we have any outs. Draw Shigeki. Triome. Yeah. Alright, that's fun. They got us. Aura's deck's pretty punishing. Spell Pierce is also like, you know, essentially one mana counter spell against us, which is tough. But so bring in the Spinners, bring in the Thoughtseizes, and bring in the Circles. Things need to change a lot. We need to remove a lot of our bigger, more expensive stuff because you can't ever Spell Pierce them, beat Spell Pierce. So remove all the expensive stuff, shave a Presence, and I'm gonna shave 2 of these Teachings as well. We got to become a little more of a control, like a mid-rangey control deck than like a big Brilliant Restoration deck. Because we can't afford to play a long game with them. Or can't afford to try and win the early game against them. That doesn't make sense either. We die too fast. There. Okay, I said what I said. So, if we can keep them off a Saram or whatever, you know, or a Spirit Dancer, we're obviously, you know, in good shape. But we need to be able to kill it before, you know, we didn't really have enough early interaction in that game. We actually had a pretty good engine, but we weren't able to beat the Saram before it was able to get big enough. And this hand's good, though. So now we have turn... unless they have turn 1... They have turn 1 dog, turn 2 thingy. We can't kill it, but... Alright, love it. And we draw Sythis, too. Awesome. So... The problem is, this deck's just really, really good when it has the good draws. If it has 1 drop and the 2 drop, it's usually really, really good. This is like I played at the last set championship. So now this is insane for us. So, like, we just pop it like it's hot. Like, so this game feels almost easy compared to the last game. So attack with this. Next turn we can go Naturalist, Shigeki, and Spinner. It's kind of cool. I don't have a follow-up kill spell here, but we do have card draw. So, and Saram is the worst of the two. So, much smaller threat and easier to kill. Presence. All right. We're going to start with Naturalist. Draw. Alright, now we're going to cast Presence, I think. We could cast Spinner and Visionary, but let's get Presence down and start drawing more cards. Okay. So, they get to untap with a Saram in play, which isn't ideal, but they're not protecting it yet. It's not that fast of a clock yet, and we have multiple engines online, so I think we'll be okay here, hopefully. Another Cartouche. And another Cartouche, sure. This is fine. I mean, this is just a 5-5. Taking 5 is no problem here. We're getting plenty of life. No blocks. Sentinel's quite good, but... And Savior, wow, alright. Alright, we got a game on here, folks. Both decks are slugging. Both decks are slugging it out. So, this is going to tax our first spell by 1. That's fine. Start by casting Spinner and seeing what we draw. Thoughtseize. Teachings. So I think we're just gonna Thoughtseize, pay Birth Shigeki. Their hand is land, land, land. Wonderful Thoughtseize, Jim. Wonderful Thoughtseizes, Jim. Alright, so play... Do I want Birth or do I want this Teachings? I just want Teachings, actually. Plenty of lands, so... Teachings, draw 2. We'll find kill spells eventually. Maybe not, maybe yes, I don't know. But, mill 3. Of course, the mills aren't nearly as good now that we're not playing our restorations, but against the spell pierce deck, it seems reasonable. We've got a real engine going this game anyway, so just need to find some removal spells if we can. There's one. That's a start. No attacks. So we now have our first binding. So now we got to get rid of the Savior and then get rid of Saram. Draw Insight? Okay, that could be worse. Just don't draw the Flying enchantment also. They're going to attack for 6 lifelink. We're going to jump it up. Bylurus, okay. Alright, put a counter on a lifelinker, and we're gonna start going to town here, honestly. Just gonna start playing out bajillion spells. Let's start by casting Birth and paying the tax, or binding and paying the tax. It's Birth. Draw Shigeki. Draw another binding. Alright. The problem is now they have Lurrus plus Savior, which is honestly kind of hard to beat. I really want to draw one of our Circle Confinements. Truth be told. Already paid the tax. Binding costs 3. Birth cost 1. By binding Savior, I just buy it back with the Lurrus anyway. Kind of wishing I had left in a restoration, honestly. Have some big thing to play toward in a game like this where things are kind of like gummed up. Suppose if I binding and make them recast Savior, that's one less turn. They're not going to play the Spirit Dancer then, so like it's not as bad, and hopefully we find an answer for next turn. Alright, sure, let's start there. Draw. Drawing a circle would also be pretty sweet. We do have a lot of circles in our deck. Alright, so we're gonna, whatever, target this. I sack that. We farmland, play Birth. Draw 2 more. Draw land. Land. Alright. I've drawn a great many cards so far, but would I trade Naturalist for 3/1/1s? I don't think I would. I don't think I would. So no attacks. Discard Godless Shrine, Plains, Godless Shrine, Overgrown Tomb, Triome. Alright, so we do have quite the board, but kind of a ways to go here. Play Lurrus. Play Savior, I assume. Alright. So let's find some Circle Confinements if we can. I don't want to allow them to draw a card. Just gonna block with Shigeki. Another one in our hand anyway. They don't have mana to use it yet, so. Another land. Make some walls. Where are those circles at? Get a Triome. And just keep doing the thing, I guess. Play Naturalist. Draw 2. Sythis. Oath of Kaya. That's not bad. That's not bad. So now I get to play a land, play Oath of... Oh, shit. I played the wrong land. Oh, my black sources. Wow. Where are my black sources at? Holy moly. I didn't even notice. That's my bad. I screwed up. I needed to cast Binding and Oath of Kaya this turn, and now I can't, which is devastating. So, big mistake on my part, unfortunately. Alright, that's bad. Yeah, that's really bad. Alright, so we're going to, I suppose, play Oath by Yorion. Set up for next turn. Yeah, it's bad. It's bad, but I am sure, yeah. Not really happy about it, but I am not going to pay. Draw. Draw. 1 mana presence. Yeah. Alright, so target here. I should target the Lurus. That was stupid. I should gain 3 life that way, but whatever. So, should gain 3 life. By Yorion. And no attacks. Discard Temple Garden Plains. Sythis. So, I mean, we can Yorion a bunch of stuff, which is pretty cool. Although it's still going to be hard to kill through the Selfless Savior. Casting Spirit Dancer over Savior. Interesting. Playing Insight. Alright. I mean, this seems pretty good for us. We're about to Binding multiple times. Oh, I'm sorry. This Binding's going to die. It's like a Binding twice next turn. It's Oath of Kaya also, though. Shock and a land. Play no Spirit Dancer. Alright. It's about to go down. It's about to go down, folks. Play another cartouche. Sure. So, this is a slugfest. This is an absolute slugfest. We really want to draw an enchantment that kills things on ETB. That's an Explore. That's an Explore. Creatures I control obtain Death Touch. So, let's just, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for Yorion. 2 for Binding. Let's start by attacking with our Death Touchers. Let's attack 2 and I can exile with the Savior, actually. Let's do it. Attack this too. So attack with these. We're going to exile a Savior. That's gone now. Make a token. Pass priority. This just takes 6 here because everything has Death Touch. I guess I might block a token here, but token blocks are fine. Weird block, but sure. Whatever. Kill that stuff, gain some life. And now I guess it's Binding no pay Yorion. I could Binding pay Yorion. But I would like to draw some other piece of removal. We're gonna kill Lurus, the Saram, and a Spirit Dancer. Jeez. Alright. let's just cast just cast Presence. Let's just start there. Presence, no pay. Draw. That was a great draw. Alright, perfect. Thoughtseize was phenomenal. So, now I get to go 2 mana binding. Draw. 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 Binding kills the biggin. We have Thoughtseize. Thoughtseize nabs a Spirit Dancer. Yorion. Yorion flickers Binding. Oath. You can leave us in play. This. Sure. These come back. And we're going to Oath of Kaya the Lurrus. Binding a Spirit Dancer. Discard an Explorer. We got plenty of Explorers here. I think we're pulling this game out, folks. We got Shigeki here, too. Channel Shigeki for a bunch of stuff. Play Sentinel's Eyes. Draw. Play Sentinel. Play Hushbringer, which only counts creatures, not other stuff. Yeah, I guess we're gonna teachings and no pay for. I think we're just no paying here. I'll pay the 1. I'll decline myself. I mean, we can draw a lot of freaking cards this turn, so there's a binding. Mill over the circle. Tilt. Land. Binding. Kill this thing. He'd be like somewhat aware of decking, honestly. Explore. Wow, sweet. Whew, boy. That was a cool game. That was a cool game. Game 3 here. And of course, we're on the draw for game 3, which should be a little harder. But, you know, on the draw against the Spell Pierce deck is going to be a little tough. But we'll see what we can do. We'll see what we can do. Game 3, all the marbles. Excuse me. I think our matchup spread has been a little difficult. Deck seems really good against the grindy decks. You know, Rakdos, Arcanist, and Phoenix, and things like that, too. Alright, we're gonna mulligan here. Mulligan into... Oh, my God. Oh, you're killing me, Smalls. Alright, we're going to 5. We're going to 5. Even with the scatter, yeah, we just can't keep this. Oh, no. This hand has, like, all the cards we actually want, too. But we can't cast anything. Alright, going to 4. Very anticlimactic turn of events here. So, this is a 4-card hand? Oh, my God. Alright, I think we're dead. But what are you going to do? What are you going to do? Sometimes it don't work out, you know? We got Thoughtseize, we can't cast it. No. Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes them's the breaks. I guess we're gonna Thoughtseize here. I don't know what we can really they can have that we can't. Yeah, like they just have everything. So yeah, and then Oath can't kill the thing. Oh man. Alright. Yeah, we're probably dead, but what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? They get to just go spell here, and then my Oath can't kill the Spirit Dancer anymore. Sentinel too. Oh man. All right. So play Farmland. Playing Sythis. Should try and play Oath on the Sentinel next turn. Just like Oath, Sentinel, and then hopefully draw a Binding or some way to kill the Spirit Dancer. We have a Circle of Confinements too, but bottoms. Birth, Explore, Binding. Yeah, I think keeping Oath over Binding was right. Giving out a short reward on lands, but I don't know. Going big. That is one big Spirit Dancer. Another Sentinel. Oh, no. This Aurus deck is so good. Alright. Yeah, we're dead. Now we're just dead to the glitter, basically. Oh, you're Binding. Alright, I guess thank heavens for small miracles, but they have a Spell Pierce here. If they don't, they're going to draw it. They said just have it already? Alright, sure. Alright, well, sometimes, you know, it just doesn't work out. It just doesn't work out for you. But, deck is super cool. I do think that our losses were, you know, definitely matchups are a little harder for us for sure. I think both auras, and then especially with the Stern Proctor Lotus Field deck, that's pretty tough. You know, the Farewell Stern Proctor deck can be tough. And then the auras deck just does a really good job of applying a lot of pressure quickly, and then backing it up with Spell Pierce, which is obviously very good against us. You know, but deck is awesome. You saw it in a lot of those games. Once we get going, the deck like really gets going, which is great. Deck is fun. It's exciting. Very good in grindy matchups for sure. You know, you could try and short auras and more circles. Circles obviously the best card against them. We never drew one, but we are playing 80 cards as well, so that happens. Maybe you want to just get rid of the authorities and play 4 circles. That could be a reasonable way to go as well. But deck's super fun, super cool. I'm having an absolute blast playing this deck. I don't play a lot of Magic when I'm not making content because it's my full-time job, but I definitely been on my phone a bit. I was playing last night in bed with Nicole, just like, you know, all right, gotta play some more enchantments. So that's a lot of fun. So once again, thanks for watching. I appreciate it. MJ Davis for CoolStuffInc.com. Promo code Jim5, 5% off your order. Check out the articles. Free content every weekday on CoolStuffInc.com. You're all great. I love you all. Thanks for watching. Give the deck a try, and I'll see you next time.